Hi there. Welcome back to the next module in our scoping webinar series. We're finally to the point where we're going to go into our virtual plant and start seeing what we see, looking for obvious indicators, trying to understand how things are working, and generally speaking, see if there's opportunity there to improve performance or save energy or resources or all those things. When we initially showed up, which we talked about in the first video, it was a sort of a foggy day, cool and foggy. It was supposed to, forecast was saying it was going to clear off eventually and be a nice day, but when you went into the lobby and checked in at the front desk, which is what your contact, the director of engineering, had suggested you do when you got there, she said that she had gotten tied up for a minute with an issue they were having up in one of the meeting rooms, but that she was going to have security come up and take you on down and get you in the central plant so you could start looking around. She asked that you not touch anything, of course, which you already knew, I'm sure. This will be a chance to sort of start getting your head into the facility a little bit based on what you're really seeing, not the stuff you gathered ahead of time. So security's come and met you. They've walked you down to the plant. They've opened the door. They've let you in, and there you are, standing in the central chilled water plant for this facility. Granted, you aren't supposed to touch anything, but you can learn a lot just by looking around and understanding what's going on and starting to connect the dots on a few things. And what I'm going to suggest you do is take some time, see if you can figure out the answers to these questions. Certainly don't drive yourself crazy if you're starting to get frustrated, because what I'm going to do next is sort of show you how I'd come up with the answers to these questions. But take your time, see if you can come up with the answers to them, and a video will pick up with me explaining to you how I'd go about answering them. But the questions are, what type of chilled water plant do you think this is? Is it constant flow? Is it variable flow primary secondary? Is it variable flow primary only? Because that has a lot to do with how you'd expect it to operate. Do you think the chillers are redundant? In other words, you could lose one chiller and the other chiller is 100% backup? Or do you think both chillers are required to peak? In other words, if you lost a chiller on a peak day, you'd kind of be in trouble. What do you think the load on the plant is currently? And what do you think the peak capacity on the plant is? In other words, what's the installed tonnage versus how many tons are currently in use? Are the chillers running at all? Are one or both of them running? What do you think's going on in terms of a load on the plant? So those are the questions. Why don't you explore the plant and see what you think the answers are.